Ever wondered how some people seem to remain calm no matter what life throws at them? Could they be practicing Stoicism? Well, let's take a gander at this philosophy known as Stoicism. It's not some trendy new diet, nor is it a secret society. It's a philosophy of life, rooted in ancient Greece and Rome, that encourages its followers to view life's ups and downs with a sense of equanimity. You see, for Stoics, life is like a roller coaster. It has its peaks and valleys, but they stay strapped in, enjoying the ride. Imagine spilling your morning coffee and instead of letting it ruin your day, you shrug it off saying, at least the cat didn't do it this time. That's a little touch of Stoic humor for you. Now, wouldn't we all love to handle life's challenges like a Stoic? Let's delve into the Stoic approach to emotions. So, how does a Stoic handle the emotional roller coaster that is life, with a shrug and a smile perhaps? Well, let's dive into that. Picture emotions as unruly house guests. They barge in uninvited, make a mess, and generally throw your peace of mind into disarray. Now, how does our Stoic handle such a situation? They certainly don't start a wrestling match with the guests. Instead, they acknowledge their presence, offer them a cup of tea, and patiently wait for them to leave. This is not to say Stoics are emotionless robots. Far from it. They feel emotions just like the rest of us. The difference lies in how they choose to interact with these emotions. Stoics recognize emotions for what they are, transient visitors. They understand that emotions, much like the weather, are temporary. One moment it's pouring rain, the next it's sunny. You wouldn't hold an umbrella in the sun, would you? Similarly, Stoics don't hold on to emotions when they've served their purpose. Imagine being stuck in a traffic jam. Your initial reaction might be to honk the horn, yell at the other drivers, or perhaps even cry. But would any of these reactions make the traffic disappear? Unlikely. A Stoic, on the other hand, would recognize their frustration, understand it's not helping the situation, and instead turn on the radio to enjoy some tunes while they wait. This is the Stoic's secret sauce, responding instead of reacting. Stoics train their minds to respond to emotions in a way that serves them, rather than getting swept up in the tide of emotional turmoil. This doesn't mean they suppress their feelings. Instead, they navigate them with understanding and patience, much like a seasoned sailor navigating stormy seas. Humor, too, is a Stoic's loyal companion. They find humor in the absurdity of life and use it as a shield against emotional distress. After all, why frown when you can laugh, right? So the Stoic's secret weapon against emotional turmoil, a calm mind and a hearty chuckle. We've all had our share of fear, anger, and sadness, but how would a Stoic handle these emotions? Picture this: a Stoic, faced with a terrifying spider, might simply say, "Well, isn't this a fine eight-legged friend? We're all part of nature after all." This isn't to say Stoics are fearless, but they understand fear as a natural response to perceived danger. Their approach: acknowledge the fear, understand it's just a reaction, and then move on, maybe with a little spider relocation. Now on to anger. Imagine a Stoic stuck in a massive traffic jam. They might chuckle and say, "Oh, what a splendid opportunity to practice my patience." Stoics see anger as a response to an unmet expectation. They don't suppress it, but rather take a step back, reassess the situation, and adjust their expectations. It's all about understanding that the only thing we can control is our own reactions. Finally, let's talk sadness. A Stoic, upon experiencing a heartbreak, might sigh and say, the sweet symphony of human emotion, time to tune my heartstrings." They don't disregard or belittle their feelings. Instead, they accept sadness as a part of life, a sign of our ability to love and connect. They allow themselves to feel, but they also remind themselves that this too shall pass. And that's how a Stoic turns life's lemons into a refreshing lemonade. So to recap, Stoicism teaches us to approach emotions with a sense of calm and humor, transforming fear, anger, and sadness into opportunities for growth. It's not about bottling up feelings, but learning how to manage them effectively. The Stoic way promotes resilience and equanimity, turning life's trials into stepping stones. Remember, the Stoic way isn't about suppressing emotions, but understanding and managing them. So the next time life gives you a rough ride, why not try a bit of Stoicism? You might just find it's your cup of tea.